Hey, let me just start by saying, one, I am no professional actor. I'm just speaking about this amazing opportunity called Avisae today, and I'm speaking from the heart, so bear with me. Two, I want to thank you for taking some time out of your busy schedule to give this thing a listen. Obviously, the person who invited you to listen to this video thinks a great deal about you and wishes to share something that means a lot to them. All right, well, let's get going. Before we get into the Avisae marketplace and all of the products offered, let's talk about the backdrop that led Avisae to deliver those products. The state of health in America is not in a great place. In fact, right now you could consider America to be the sickest industrialized nation in the world. And with all of these different facts here that I'm not going to go item by item through, but I'll tell you, when I look at and see the number of children involved in chronic illness, our obesity factors, what our food is doing to us, the ability or inability for people to make it through bankruptcy situations over healthcare bills, it's kind of astonishing that we've let our country get to this point. And I can't wait now to share some of the solutions that Avisae has brought to rescue us here from situations we're in. Okay, let's take a look at the Avisae marketplace. From the former slide, what they've done is they've set up shop in this space of health and wellness, focusing on the most relevant epidemic level areas like aging and weight management, energy management, and overall gut health. Because folks, if you aren't healthy in your gut, you're not healthy at all. And there's all kinds of symptoms that I was surprised to hear of that come up through the gut. At any rate, let me just tell you this. They've done this from a value innovation perspective. That's the key to their success. They've taken a look at these different solutions and said, we need to be able to come up with quality and efficacy levels that provide value and yet at an affordable price. And where they've been able to do that, that's where they've offered products. And so they've done it also through Nobel Prize winning science. They've done it through organic materials, non-pharmaceuticals, and they've done it with third-party testing to ensure that what they say is true is actually true. So that leaves me with a self-assurance that what you see is what you get. And with that, let's explore what's actually in the marketplace. This is the amazing Avisae product line, folks. And while I'm not going to go through each and every one of them in great detail, what I am going to do instead is provide you what I consider the best kind of advertisement, the word of mouth from personal testimonials. So I'll give you a couple of the ones that my wife and I have experienced here, starting with meal replacement. The meal replacement is a full meal that I make before I head out the door in the morning. It's not only saved me money on a monthly basis from formerly money that I would spend out for breakfast, but it's also saved me money in the area of coffee, and it's been improvements to my health in the form of energy, and I've also lost about 20 pounds in the last 5 months. So amazing. I would take it over everything else here if I had to make a choice. Now my wife, she would take joint relief, pictured right below that. It's a supplement, but it's a joint restorative agent. She suffers from rheumatoid arthritis, and this is the first time. Now we've been in the business for almost a year. For 11 months, she's been without pain. So that gets us through an entire Minnesota winter without pain. And I'm telling you, that's been a big life changer for us. Both, from her hands, her shoulders, knees, joints. So joint restorative, it's anti-inflammatory, amazing stuff. Um, on the gut health side, she's also benefited. Not that I haven't. My sleep patterns have definitely improved. But not only has her sleep improved, but between the meal replacement and the gut health products, she's lost over 42 pounds, 43 pounds, something like that in the last about 6 months now. Um, she was also a 25-year vet of a product line down on the far right there that was in the skincare area. And in 2 days' time, completely jumped ship. She's got super sensitive skin, jumped ship, and is now a dedicated Reflections fan. Um, Again, I said I'm not going to go through each and every one of these products. I could tell you there's tons of other ones like Activate that I love. It helps me get my water every day. Hydration, which helps me balance my pH in my system, my alkalinity and acidity levels. Our anti-aging one called Sustain is a multivitamin that has the highest ORAC score that has ever been recorded out there at about almost 94,000 for the antioxidant levels. Just amazing stuff, folks. But again, personal testimonials are the most powerful. I'm sure the person who invited you to listen today also has some of their own. And then definitely get back with that person and take a look at our amazing product catalog. Get out online, take a look at the products available, full transparency, all the ingredients, all of the white papers, usage, and so on. All the benefits are listed out there. And I guarantee you're going to find something because all of us have areas of health and wellness that need attention. So I wish you well in finding those things, and let's move on. Before we explore the explosive growth of Avisae, let's talk about word of mouth advertising. All of these limited referral programs use it. What they've done is they've taken advantage of social media, added to it the old habits that we have when we explore and get great benefits and then share them with people. That's the word of mouth piece. And then they've added perks to it that help incentivize people to do it even more accelerated than they may have done it in the past. All of that adds up to growth. Take, for example, all those companies. I'll use Uber, for example. Uber is now the largest cab company in the country, and it doesn't own a single cab. That is simply amazing. And every one of those at this point probably represents a household name to you. And at most, through those perks, you might end up with additional space in Dropbox, a cab ride with Uber, or maybe some dollars knocked off one of your bills. But in the end, that's it. And the other part that's limited about it is that the moment you tell somebody who in then turn tells somebody else, the chain is broken and now you're out of the picture. So you're doing all the hustle out there for a few little perks here and there, and in the end, you've never made any of the money. Pretty brilliant on their part, but there's a better way. Now, Avisae has a couple different ways in which you can participate. We just talked about limited referrals, so I'm going to talk about the first one as an option. We have what's known as the Avisae Insider. Now, here's where we offer a free membership, right? Members only discounts of at least 10%, and you get to do that whole product referral thing to other people. Only instead, Avisae has done a remarkably great job of ensuring that those chains don't break. In other words, you pass on to another person, and the way in which that's accomplished is done so in a manner that the next person that passes it on still traverses all the way back to the original person. So the chain never breaks. And by simply adding an additional level of commitment, which is called a loyalty order, you would get even deeper discounts, folks. But I say, why stop there? Personally, my wife and I would say, once you're ready to make that kind of a commitment where you say, boy, I love this daily indulge, for example, like I would say, then I'm going to go ahead and make that a regular order. And that's the loyalty piece. Now, at that point, you're doing everything that I'm doing as a business owner. And I say business owner because different than other direct marketing organizations, you aren't just a distributor. You're not a salesperson. You actually own your own business. And for that, you get the deepest discounts, 20% or more. And all of that is achieved by doing just what the insider is doing, plus one more step, which is to buy a one-time package, just a one-time package. And for that, you get unlimited income potential. And that part is also interesting to me as I am always looking for ways to diversify the way in which I'm making money. Now, looking at this picture and considering the last slide, I know the majority of people are saying to themselves, I'm not a business owner. I just want to consume products. Well, that's a great place to be because these products are amazing, as I've said. All I'm asking for you to do in this particular slide is be open to the possibility that it might just be worth your while, knowing that we're all creatures of habit and that we all share with people when we experience good things. Some people are going to want to understand and get those same benefits that you have been getting. And when they do, why not help to pay for the products that you're actually buying? In fact, pay for them and then some. This simple picture right here depicts the fact that you know three people and they know three people. Now, of course, it's not going to happen on the first three people you talk to. That's not the intention. But just looking at this picture, it's very simple in structure. And the benefit to that and to you is that that then produces $500 in income. That's a $6,000 increase in your income for the year. $6,000 is a pretty hard increase to ask out of your current employer. I'm pretty sure that if you were to try to ask for $6,000 for no real additional effort, you're not going to get it. I know I wouldn't. So $6,000 was something, and it was enough for me to want to consider this once I had all my other questions answered. So that's all I'm asking you to do is be open-minded and just consider the possibilities. Coming off that last slide, I'm sure you're still sitting there thinking, like I was, I have not the first clue when it comes to being able to build a business. Well, the good thing is you don't need to. You just have to have the dream. You have to have the want, the desire, because the founders of this organization went ahead and created this thing known as the boss. It's our success system. Just like when you go to McDonald's or any other large franchise, they take the guesswork out so that the results are consistent. And what this is for all of us is it's a playing field that's level. It helps us to come from various walks of life and become successful. Now, there's no 100% guarantee ever in life, but what I'm saying here is that they've taken all the guesswork out, and all a person has to do is follow their simple instruction, and it will be a success for you. And I'll tell you, the people, it's not just about training, support, and mentorship, it's about leadership. You'll never feel alone in this business. I guarantee you that. I will be there. The person who invited you to listen to this today knows me personally. I am not going to step away from you and let you fail. These two people here, Randy and Valerie Haugen, are inspirational to me as well. They are great leaders. The bullets on the side don't even begin to do justice as to what these people have been able to do in their lifetime and the kind of people that they are. The simplest bullet I like to focus on there is the benevolence one that says, man, these people have helped thousands and thousands of people become financially free. Who does that? I'm telling you, I've met these people on a number of occasions personally, had lunch, gone boating with them, sat over dinner with them. They're amazing and they're very, very genuine. And so I will tell you this, the boss system does not stop with what you do with Avisae. The boss system helps you from a personal development standpoint in ways you just can't imagine right now, both at work, at home, and of course with Avisae. And so I would say to you, take the little risk that's involved. We'll talk about risk in a minute here. Take the little risk that's involved and don't look back. It's an amazing adventure. I'm so glad that my wife and I got on board. Time to wrap this thing up. I want to just talk about a little diagram that I use. I use it in my head all the time when I'm coming to decisions. I balance risk versus reward. And while we haven't talked about the risk in the sense of dollars, I will tell you this now, that buying an Avisae franchise can happen for you as little as $49. So literally, there is no risk, $49. Now, the reward side of it, that's potentially unlimited, right? It's as much as you put into it, it's as many times that you share it, as many people that love the products. The potential, as you saw, for $6,000 a year, and that's just the beginning, is unbelievable. So I would just say this. For me, this was a no-brainer. I needed to get in once I had all my questions answered. You probably still have some questions. That's fine. Get with the person who invited you to listen today. Get those questions on the table. Get the answers to those questions, because once you've gotten all of your questions answered, I'm pretty darn sure I know where you're going to land on this answer. And so at that point, if you still got questions, feel free. I would love to meet you. I would love to be able to talk to you either in a live event where we have a number of people sitting around or through a video conference or one-on-one. Whatever works for you, I'm there for you. Like I said, you're never going to be in this thing alone. And so, again, the person who invited you obviously thinks highly of you, and I can't wait to meet you. Take care and have a great day.